Well, welcome. My name is Kurt Laudenbach. I'm the incoming chair of the board of directors for the Sioux Falls Development Foundation. And it's my pleasure to serve as your host here today as we do this groundbreaking. This is my first groundbreaking, but I'm not new to the bike trail. In fact, I'm an avid user, and so I'm pretty excited to be part of this, this extension because just 2 days ago I ended up right down here, Mayor, by the river, and I couldn't go any further. And so it'll be nice to be able to continue to extend my travels on the bike trail and continue to build upon this treasure that we call the Sioux Falls bike system. So we've got some exciting news to share with this groundbreaking today, and I think the first person we'd like to call up to make a few words to the crowd would be Mr. Dan Doyle, making his stage right entrance. Dan's the chair of the board of the Sioux Falls Chamber. And Dan, if you would like to say a few words, unprompted, appreciate you joining us today.
Thank you. I think my showing up here a little untimely is a testament to how cool this project is. We are in an area way on the outskirts of town, and it just goes to show the commitment that our city has to continuing to expand the incredible park system that we have. And having grown up on the west side of town early on, and I think about this area and how it's evolved over the last 30 years, it's just mind-blowing. And so I just a lot of credit to the mayor and to Don's team for their vision for continuing to improve the park system that we have here in town, because have anybody from outside of Sioux Falls come and visit, and they all just marvel at the fact that we have the quality of life feature that we have here. So thanks for your investment in Sioux Falls and the community.
And next, that guy that would never miss an opportunity to be outdoors, the Honorable Mayor Paul Tenhaken.
All right, thanks, Kurt. I assumed you got stuck in traffic in all the construction we're doing. We're fixing all those potholes, improving roads, so that would have been a good way to segue, Dan. But yeah, great project today. This is really cool. Thanks for coming out to support this groundbreaking. You know, what we're going to be doing today is adding another nearly 1.5 miles to our trail system. And I would say if there's one asset that people talk about when they come to our city after the falls, it's our trail system. Our trail system is incredible. And when you have nearly now 30 miles of trail, and there's one place you have to stop. You have to stop to cross the rails, the track by the falls. Chad, that's the only place you need to stop?
There's a stop sign at Yankton Trail Park.
And one stop sign at Yankton Trail Park. So you can bike 30 miles in this community and have uninterrupted access. It's an incredible asset. So the parks team, Tori, Don, Kelby, I mean, the entire parks team does an incredible job maintaining that park system. So what we're going to be doing today is turning some dirt on a 1.5 mile new spur. And someone was mentioning earlier, you get to Legacy Park and you just kind of end there. Well, not only is that 1.5 miles going to be important because it's going to tie us into Family Park, but it's going to open up a whole new neighborhood to trail access. And what we're trying to do in the city is provide spurs and different access points so neighborhoods can start to tie into the trail system, right? So there's all these little arterial trails that make the access to the trail really easy. But one person was really instrumental in helping champion this and push this, and that was Councilman Greg Neitzer. He represents the west side of the city, and Greg, I want to thank you for all your help and pushing this in the budget, because every year we have a lot of things competing for our dollars in the city, and everybody wants trail by them, and everyone wants a park by them, and everyone wants something. And it's very hard to decide what to do and where to spend taxpayer dollars on. And this was a project that Greg championed really hard early on. So Greg, thanks for your support. Thank you guys for being out here. We appreciate it. And I will turn it back over to Kurt to introduce the rest of our speakers. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Mayor. And nice segue, Mayor. We would now like to bring Greg Neitzer up, and he'll say a few words about the addition to the Sioux Falls Bike Trail.
Well, thank you, and thank you, Mayor, for those kind words. I really appreciate it. This is an exciting day for the Northwest District and for the entire city. I'm proud to have led the charge to help fund this project. Surveys say that bike trails are one of the most treasured amenities in the cities, and our park surveys keep telling us that people want more spurs, they want more bike trails, they want it closer to where they live, and this is going to accomplish all of those goals. I want to thank everybody that made this happen, and I wanted to make sure I get this down. Our mayor for being a strong supporter of the parks, our parks department, everybody on the staff, our director, Don Kearney, and Tori Miedema, who has led the charge on this project, and the rest of the team, the citizens who have supported it, my city council colleagues for funding it, Parks Board members for their work, the private landowners, we can't forget them, that who have generously given easements for property or sold property to make this happen, Norman Engineering for the design, and Sukup Construction, who is going to be constructing it. This is a unique segment because it's going to connect the Hayward Park neighborhood, which is a really unique neighborhood. And it's a neighborhood that really deserves to have more equity in the system. And that's something that we're really trying to do. So along with this investment and our investment in the Hayward Park with the spray park, dog park, and many other amenities, there's going to be a lot of fantastic things for everybody in that neighborhood. And I'm especially excited for the youth of that neighborhood, where it's going to be great to invest in them. This is really the first in the vision of a long-range plan to go all the way north and then connect eventually to the bike trail. And I'm excited to see it happen in the many years ahead. And I hope this is just the first step in a grand vision. And thanks for coming today.
Thank you, Councilor. And we'd like to next bring up Don Kearney, the Director of the Sioux Falls Parks and Recreation Department. Don?
Thanks, and thanks to all the thanks, both Paul and all the speakers before me talked about the mayor being a huge advocate of especially expanding these trail connections to these neighborhoods, but also the larger vision of connecting communities as well eventually. The city council for supporting the dollars that go towards this. These are not cheap projects, as you can probably imagine, but they're high priorities, as Councilor Neitzer alluded to, is that trails are something everybody can use. Whether you're young or old, no matter what shape you're in, whether you like to bike, rollerblade, e-bike, whatever it might be, there are just a ton of uses that a bike trail has to support the community, not to mention the transportation benefit that it provides. I would just like to echo the thanks for Tori as well. One of the things people ask us about is, what's the biggest challenge with building trails? Well, the biggest challenge really isn't building it. That actually is probably one of the fastest pieces that happens. It really truly comes down to having the dollars and the support from the mayor, Ten Hankin, and the city council. But truly, it is that land acquisition piece. I mean, you can literally spend decades trying to acquire all the pieces of land that you need to be able to build these trails. A lot of them occur on our city greenways, but a lot of it also needs private property support, and whether that's through actual acquisition or whether it's through easements, there's a lot of time and effort that goes into that. And again, Tori's been with us for a long time, almost as long as I've been here with the city, and just does a tremendous job of being able to pull those different pieces together. Wanted to mention the property that we're standing on here today. We wouldn't be here without Jim Sokup and his family for donating this 60 acres of property that we know as Family Park. And then also wanted to thank the Merle Unzelman family because additional segment of this trail will go through their property. 150 acres to the north of the Sokup property, or Family Park, was given to us a few years back to make an over 200 acre family park. And so the Unzelmans essentially aggregated their land with the family park to create one big family park, and we're currently in the process of master planning for that park. The other thing I wanted to share is that trails really found their importance and a priority. I think there were more bikes probably bought last year than any other year in our city's history. I know I talked to the Shields manager. He goes, "We can't keep stuff in supply between hunting gear and fishing gear and bikes." It was just probably the best year ever, he said. And so it just goes to show you the importance of trails and the fact that over 1 million people are counted on our trails every year. And the year of COVID, it was probably double that. So again, it's just a great amenity that we're really excited about. Workforce, one of the pillars of Mayor Tenhaken's One Sioux Falls framework is workforce. Trails matter to people looking to locate their business here. The trails matter to families that are thinking about coming here and putting down roots and relocating here to fill one of the many jobs that we have available. So certainly supports the One Sioux Falls framework by having these trails be a critical component to workforce development. And then just mention the other connections that this will make. It'll eventually tie it into George McGovern Middle School, out to what used to be University Center and now a community college for Sioux Falls. The I-29 overpass that you see and you drive under all the time. Well, this will eventually get us be able to make a connection so we can make that connection across I-29. So just a lot of great things, as others before me have mentioned. We're really excited about it. This fall you'll be able to come out and use this trail and really provide a great connection for this west side neighborhood and the areas even to the east of this existing park. So again, thanks to everybody for your support and effort to make this happen, and continue to get out there and enjoy the trails. So thank you.
Just like to take the opportunity to once again thank all the public officials that are instrumental in making this happen. So let's give them one more round of applause. And you've heard his name mentioned several times here today. Tori, if you'd like to come forward, Tori Miedema, we'd like to recognize you with the presentation of the Golden Shovel. So this shovel is inscribed with today's date, established 6/29/21, and we'd like to give this commemorative shovel to you on behalf of the Sioux Falls Development Foundation in honor of all your efforts to put this all together. Thank you and congratulations. Let's go dig.